but one more time. 1, 2, 3. Shh. I know, we love our Heritage family, and we get excited. We're in the room together, and then it's raining, so we get a little extra crazy. Hopefully everybody is staying dry and driving safe. I know realtors on the road, y'all be... Okay, tone it down, tone it down. This is the only time we're doing it for rare weather circumstances. All right, let's talk about culture. Let's kick things off real quick. It's like and success. Amen. That's how we do our business. That's how we live our life, guys. We love you. All right, let's hear some wins. You've got some wins to share with me today. All right, Miss Salima, what do you got, friend? In the mic. We got to hear you. Steve Camacho, what you got, bud?
Took a road trip.
Took a road trip. I like it. Made it back. That's good.
Made it back alive.
Good.
Went to Reno, and I hit 2 jackpots in 5 spins.
See, I like it. Very good. Very good. All right, Albert and then Leo. Albert, meet me halfway, buddy. Thank you. All right, hit us.
My win for today is I am a mentor of a group of some awesome aspiring agents.
Yes.
They all
Congrats.
came to team meeting as well.
Hey, I like that.
Renee, stand up. Sonia, stand up. Donald, stand up. Rose, stand up. And Jaden, stand up.
Okay, mentor's calling you out. Right on. I like it. I like it.
We need to watch out for these agents. They're ready to rock and roll.
Thank you, Albert. I appreciate you. Leo, what you got for us, buddy? Everybody buckle up. Here we go.
I drove all the way into the office.
Oh, yay! He has blessed us with his presence.
Or anything. So
Give us another one. Give us another one. That's the win. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. He's here, and we love him for it. Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
I went on vacation for 10 days, but I listed 2 condos on my vacation, and I got an offer on one. So
nice.
So 2 days on the market, got an offer.
I love that. See, you go on vacation, you got 2 listings on the market while you were there. Right on, right on. What vacation did you take? Tell us.
I took a cruise to Alaska.
Ooh, Alaskan cruise. Yeah. I like that. Right on.
Absolutely gorgeous. If you get a chance, do it. It's so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Right on. I love that. And it was a very meaningful vacation. I know the meaning behind that one. So I'm glad you did it. I love you. I'm coming. All right, Shelly, what do you got for us?
Well, I met with a homeowner of mine I had sold and built their house for when I was with Wilshire in 2009. They want me to put their house on the market next month. They're starting the next phase of their life, which they're going to move to Georgia to be close to their grandbabies.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You got it under contract. How long was it on the market?
Well, it hasn't been. I just met with them Sunday. I'm meeting with them this Sunday to walk the house, tell her what to do, all that good stuff.
Nice.
And then probably going to be on next month.
So they're in your sphere. How do you stay in touch with them? Did they reach back out to you, or was one of your calls to them?
Well, I reach out all the time. I send cards and all kinds of stuff. And so they've been pretty good friends over the years. And I mean, when their daughter, when they moved here, daughter was in 10th grade. She's now got 2 babies. So it's nuts. It's crazy, right?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
See, you got to stay in touch with your
cards,
sphere, you guys.
Yeah,
I love that. Right on, Shelly. All right, I'm going to hit him, and then I'm coming over to you guys. Is it Sanaz or Ryan? Which one? All right, Sanaz, what do you got, friend?
So, of course, I took a vacation.
If you can't see her, she's standing in the back over here. Okay, go up here. Let them see you. Let them see you.
I took a vacation, and during that vacation, my listing went live, and it was a referral, and got it sold in the first week, and we're closing next week.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Good job. Good job. Way to help her, Ryan. All right. See, y'all got to take time to unplug and recharge. Your business is not going to suffer. It is okay. You don't have to jump every time someone says jump. That's the point. You got to recharge your batteries. Otherwise, you get burnt out. All right. Hit us, Carla.
Okay. So I got a listing last week, 1.195.
1.195. Nice.
An area I've been farming and working. And
you said you were farming the area, and that's how you got them?
It's actually my neighborhood, but
nice.
I've been working it.
Right
so
on.
I never hold open houses, but I thought I need to hold that open. So I held it open Saturday. We had 3 sets of people come in. The third set came in without an agent and wrote the offer that night, closing 2 weeks in cash.
No way, right on.
I'm now a believer in open houses.
Yeah, she's going to be doing a lot more open houses now. Right on, congratulations. Amado.
We've been
Into the mic, my friend.
We've been pretty slow the last couple months, but this month between Laura and me, we had 9 closings.
9 closings, my goodness, right on. What do you account for it? Where's all that business coming from?
Sphere of influence, pretty much.
Sphere of influence?
Yeah. Yes.
McAllen, yeah?
Yeah.
Right on. Good job, brother. Appreciate you. Right on. 9 closings this month. Staying in touch with this database. I like it. Miss Margot, what do you got for us?
I'm very happy to say that after a year of looking for a home, I closed on a home yesterday in Bruni for $1.2 million.
Whoa!
After
I
a
like
year.
it. How'd you get that buyer?
Friends.
Friends, I like it. Staying in touch with the database. Y'all, there's activity out there. Don't listen to the news. It's a lot of doom and gloom, but the market is moving for those that are working it. So I love that. Congratulations. That is awesome. We want to continue to hear more of those. As you guys are doing your lead gen, always remember TCPA compliance. All right, heads up, third time's the charm. We are getting our sidewalks redone so they're not so slippery. Would have been great if we could have done it a few months ago before all this rain, but every time we try to schedule it, it rains. So just be aware, the office will be closed this weekend. So if you're doing meetings, we need you to shift it over to Starbucks, or you'll have to like try to climb through one of the back doors or something to get into a conference room, because they're gonna have it all taped off and lots of construction happening. So do plan accordingly. That's Saturday and Sunday. If you have any questions, see Jeanette or Jose. All right, Wes, my friend at Pilgrim Mortgage, come on up.
Good morning. Good to see all you this morning. It is a little bit light, but a lot of you braved the weather. We've got 3 great experienced loan officers that I've got assigned to this office. One of them back here is Austin Rook. The other 2, one was scared of the water, and the other one just took their family to Disney. So anyway, Andy McNeil, Christina O'Connor, and Austin Rook, 3 experienced LOs right here in the San Antonio market. Our corporate office is catty corner, right over by the Hoppy Monk. Does everybody know where that is? North Rock Church. We're on the bottom floor. So that is our headquarters. We're licensed in like 20 states, but this is our headquarters. So we're one of the maybe 3, Augury, can you tell me, maybe 3 locally owned independent mortgage banks in San Antonio. Right, and you have 3 great options as lenders here. You've got Directions Equity, you've got GFS, and you've got Pilgrim Mortgage. We've been on the scene here in this office for probably 3 months, but we are no stranger to Heritage. We've been in the New Braunfels Heritage office for over a decade and proven ourselves there, and now we've come here. So if you haven't given us an opportunity, please try us. We got great products, we got great options. Speaking of products, Grant wanted me to touch on what you've heard me say every meeting before is our Move Now product, our buy before you sell. He just had an agent call me because they were trying to do a rent-to-own situation. You know that can be awkward, that can be risky, right? So why did they want to rent-to-own? They wanted to buy this house that they loved, their dream home. They were trying to negotiate a deal with a seller to rent-to-own until they sold their house. If they've got at least 20% equity in their current home, they don't need to do that. We can do up to 100% financing on that dream home. Up to 100% financing. We'll omit the departing residence, principal and interest payment, PITI payment, the whole thing. So if they don't qualify because of debt-to-income ratio, two reasons they have to do a contingency. They don't have the cash for the down payment, or their debt-to-income ratio is too high. This product will solve that problem. Now, they have 6 months to sell that house, so we're going to make sure we counsel you and them a lot up front. Say, look, you have to be in a position, you have to have at least 20% equity, because we tell the buyer, look, if your agent tells you you need to lower that price to sell this house, you need to do so. So we have to make sure there's equity in there. It can't have any deferred maintenance. And they have 6 months to sell it. Once they sell, we will refinance that temporary loan into permanent Fannie Mae financing. So we're saving a lot of deals, guys. I had somebody in this office I guess it was a month ago, had a situation. I asked him if he had any other buyers that he was working with that weren't able to go under contract because nobody would accept a contingency. He said he actually just lost one. They were under contract with a D.R. Horton house, about $250,000 purchase. A week before his house was to be sold, the financing fell through. Lost the D.R. Horton house. He had 20% equity in the departing residence. So this would have been a perfect product. It could have closed in a couple weeks and saved the deal. So keep that in mind. If you've got some buyers out there that just cannot go under contract, or maybe somebody has been driving through their neighborhood for a long time, there's this house on the corner that they love, and they weren't in the market yet, but it came up for sale. And they want to buy it, but they can't. This could be a great product. So keep that in mind. We're constantly rolling out new products. We're rolling out we just rolled out a doctor loan this month. 100% financing, no MI. We rolled out a rural product last month. So we can do hobby farms, we can do land over 25 acres. We used to have to refer those to Capital Farm Credit and other banks. So we're constantly looking around the corner trying to offer you more products so you can sell more, more transactions. I was talking to somebody the other day, hey, well, I use a mortgage broker. Well, why do you do that? Well, they have access to 200 lenders. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work. You know, having to deal with 200 different lenders. When you can deal with one lender that I guarantee you has every one of those products. And 95% of those, our employees handle. Processors, underwriting, closing, funding, it goes through our process, our system. So you expect the same turn times, the same level of service. So keep that in mind. If you got anybody out there that just can't get financing yet, if you got somebody that just got turned down, give us a call. We might be able to save that deal. All right, thank you guys very much.
Y'all remember that, especially during open houses when people walk in and go, I love it, but I have to sell my house. There's your solution. All right, key title. Chris, come on up and tell us about this class that's happening this afternoon. Give it up for Chris.
Hey guys, we got Carl Pikus upstairs. He's actually teaching a Zoom call to Sabor as we speak, and he's going to be down here at 1:30. He's 1031 Exchange Guru. He is the man in Texas for 1031's Exchange. So if you're not familiar with him, we're providing that CE today at 1:30. If you'd like to come just listen, you don't need the CE. Come on down. There's no cost to participate. I'm giving away some gift cards. You got to show up. One other thing, we've expanded down south. We're in Corpus Christi now, so if anybody's closing a property down in that direction, touch base with me. Let me put you in touch with Julie. And also over to Houston at the Memorial. So if you're working on a property over there, looking for a great title company, we'd love to facilitate that over there with Victoria. So hopefully we're going to see you here at 1:30. Thank you.
All right, if you've never done 1031s, there's certain timelines that are very, very strict in there. Don't wait for one to fall in your lap before you learn the process. Learn it now so you're prepared when one does happen, because I guarantee you do this long enough, it's going to happen. So today at 1:30, that'll be down here in the training room. All right, couple things I want to show you real quick. We worked on this with two different teams here in the office that are doing community open houses. When I was at the last New Braunfels team meeting, Shelby Renfeld, who's one of our top agents and top luxury agents, she's had a lot of success recently in doing community open houses where she has inventory that's sitting and partnering with the agents, and that's been bringing in a lot of traffic. Ryan McDaniels recently did this as well in Champions Ridge, and so he partnered up. And so what we did is we kind of put our heads together and said, okay, how can we drive some traffic out there? I'm going to click a link. Let's see if it works. Aha, it did. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, so this was all created in AI. This took me a grand total of about 10 minutes to do. So all I did was pull into, I use Manus. You can use Claude Codex or whichever ones you use. But this was a website we created. I gave it a prompt saying we're doing a community open house. This is the date. Here are the MLS numbers. I want you to include pictures. I want you to include the listing agent's info, all that kind of jazz. And here's what it created for us. You've got a nice little landing page here. So you can click any of these individually, or you can just click open the full route, and Google will map it all out for you in the correct order. So in this one, I think it's starting here. It has them coming down to Champions, doing the turnaround and getting into the next neighbor. Every task you use, you buy credits, and it uses up the credits. I think this website cost us maybe about $7 to put together and put out. And then they spent a limited amount of money on running ads behind it. I think at that open house, each house averaged about 20 different guests coming through it because they ran the website ahead of time using ads on Facebook and Google. So have via text. You talk to it just like anything else. I said, I need a website. This is what I want. It gave me the website, and then I went back and told it what I wanted to tweak. That's not the right photo on that one, or this one needs to have this telephone number, or hey, put this one in that order. But really, honestly, 10 to 15 minutes is all this took me to give it the little tweaks and to build it out, and then I gave it over to the agents and told them to run with it from there. Katie and Savannah are going to be up in a little bit, and they're going to remind you real quickly how to run Facebook ads so that if this is something you want to do, you know how to go in there and then run ads. And I want to give you just another quick example because we did the same thing in Kinder Ranch. So here's the one for Kinder Ranch. They did one last weekend in Kinder Ranch and Highland Estates. So you had the two here in Highland Estates, and then the others in Kinder Ranch, and same thing. It'll give you the route, what order to go into, all the agents, their brokerages, their telephone numbers, so forth. So it's not exclusive to one brokerage, so you shouldn't have the other agent saying, well, I don't want to use it because it's Heritage branded. One, they could just come to Heritage, but two, it's broker agnostic, so everybody can use it. What was funny about this one, and I shouldn't name names, but I'm going to, the organizer of this one was the Phyllis Browning agent, and she said, well, I don't trust my brokerage to give us the proper marketing for it. I know, I'm sorry, I'm saying names. And so Erica and Stephanie told me about it. I said, give me 10 minutes. And so then they came back and they showed me what they provided, which was just a white PDF with Phyllis Browning slapped all across the top and then the 5 listings. I said, hold on. And so I sent them this and I said, you guys need to be using this instead. So it's broker agnostic. It's a lot better than a single flyer. And this is very, very simple and low cost. So I would encourage you, if you have sitting inventory, partner up with the other agents and look at a community open house. Make it to where you have a scavenger hunt or something where you're giving away a drawing if they go to X amount of houses. But it's a good way to drive traffic right now on inventory that is sitting. All right, Nikki, will you make me go back to full screen? Because I struggle with this every single time and I'm never going to learn it apparently. While she's doing that, everybody grab something to write with. If you don't have something to write with, ask a neighbor for a pen. And this page is blank, so just turn this thing over and you can write on the back of that. If you don't have a pen and your neighbor doesn't have a pen, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. But simple exercise that I want you guys to write. I'm going to ask you a few questions here. Okay, you're going to answer these questions. They do not need simple one-word answers. Do you have any kids, grandkids, or pets? If the answer is yes. If so, what grades did they just complete or any new things that the pets have learned? Write that down. It's covering family. All right, where have you traveled this summer? Even quick weekend trips. Any quick weekend trips or long vacations? Maybe you went to Vegas and won a bunch of money on a jackpot. Maybe you took an Alaskan cruise. Maybe you went to Fredericksburg for the weekend. Any new restaurants that you would recommend? What'd you order? What stood out? What should people try? San Antonio's food scene is growing. If you guys aren't trying some of these new restaurants, you're missing out. I swear, like every weekend I'm at some new incredible place here. We're growing up. All right, what movie or show have you seen recently that you really enjoyed? A simple recommendation. Anything you liked? Any cool movies? Have you seen The Odyssey yet? Or I saw, what did I see? The Minions? It was not good. It was not good. Toy Story was okay. I have kids, so I see a lot of kid movies, but Minions, I actually fell asleep. My daughter woke me up at the end as the credits were going. I was like, uh-oh, I've become that dad. All right, do you have a big life event coming up? Do you have a wedding? Do you have a grandbaby coming? Do you have kids graduating high school or college? Are you becoming an empty nester? Any big family milestones? Anybody lose their first tooth, learn how to ride a bike? Have you started a new hobby, project, or routine? You guys are getting the gist of this. Have you completed a home project recently? Any challenges? Anything you do differently? What made you laugh or surprised you recently? I know, don't worry, it's a simple exercise. I'm just speeding ahead for sake of time. And then what local event or place have you discovered? These are super easy questions, okay? What are you looking forward to next? And I'm gonna tell you why these are important. These are to write a letter of the heart. If you are not writing a letter of the heart every quarter to your database, your past clients, your VIPs, your family, your friends, you are missing out on one of the cheapest and best lead generation tools there are. And I've talked to so many agents about this since I've been in this role, because this was always my #1 lead source. And every time people go, oh, well, I don't know what to write. BS. Yes, you do. Everybody has something going on, because if you answered 3 of these questions, you've got enough to write a very good letter of the heart. It does not need to be profound. Your letters need to be simple, personal, real, and relatable. What relates you as a person? Too often on social media, all we're seeing is closings. All we're seeing is walkthrough videos. Those are great, but they still want to know who you are as a person. At the end of the day, they're not buying a realtor. They're not buying Heritage. They're buying you, Cliff. They're buying you, Monique, Donald. They want to know who you are. They are signing up to work with you as a person. And you're going to get a much better connection with your sphere and the people that are watching you online, your audience, if you're also having a human connection with them. This is what I do in my AI when I write these. I answer a few simple questions, I give the prompt, and then I refine the results. So my system knows, hey, every quarter on the last Thursday of the quarter, I need to do my letter of the heart. Ask me a few leading questions, or I'll just know the questions. I give it the prompt. It'll format everything for you. AI is not perfect, okay? It'll do 80, 90% of the work, and then you've got to go in and do the other 10 to 20%. I've got my letter, I've got my photos. This is the exact same format I have sent out for probably 10 years to my database, where there's a letter on the front, there's photos on the back. My KPI on this was always I wanted at least 2 listing appointments and 1 buyer consultation out of this. I don't think there's ever been a quarter that I have sent this out where that wasn't the minimum result. This is a super simple, super cheap lead generation idea. And I'll give you a copy at the bottom. It has a tiny little bit of market stats. I always keep mine consistent, so the style's the same. At the top, it says, my favorite part of real estate is hearing my clients' stories and getting to play a small part in helping them write their next chapter. Here's the latest in mine. And then at the very bottom, it reminds them, I'm never too busy to have a conversation, even if it is just a simple real estate question. And I put that in there specifically because I got tired of finding out when someone would buy a house and they'd say, oh, I just thought you were too busy, because they see us online and we're successful and all that kind of stuff, and then they think we're too busy for them. So I always make sure in my marketing, even if it's just a simple real estate question, I am happy to have a conversation and catch up. And then it encourages them at the bottom to catch up. Very little of it is real estate related. It is what is happening in my personal life that makes me a human and gives us that human connection. The key to success on these is everything that connects you as a person should be in your letter. You can see that is not a long letter. You can read it really fast. If you read it, it is very, very simplistic. I mail this out to anywhere from about 250 to 300 people. It doesn't go to people I've met at open houses. It doesn't go to the random cold leads that never converted. It's going to past clients. It's going to people in the pipeline. It's going to family. It's going to friends. It's going to... Just went up again. Jeez Louise, my goodness. Anyways, stamps went up, so that's probably the most expensive part is the stamps. Mail that out, cost me about $315. You get one listing, people say, my business is down. And I say, great. Let's sit down and do a consultation and find out, what are you doing in your business right now? What are your 3 to 5 buckets? Is it social media? Is it farming? Is it open houses? One of them, I'm going to tell you, you should be doing email this. People are starving. I've said this over and over. People are starving for human connection. Especially right now with the state of the world and everything else, we want relationships, and they want to hear good news and see happy people. Put that into a letter and send it out. I guarantee you it's going to grow your business. I've told this story before, so I'm sorry if you've heard me say it, but during COVID, when the floodgates opened, I got a habit of sending this because I was just too busy. My favorite excuse of us realtors, right? When we say, I'm just too busy. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it. I was too busy. It wasn't a priority is what you mean to say. Yeah. It stopped being a priority for me, and I stopped sending it out. The summer, or early in the late spring, I guess, right after COVID, the floodgates opened, I called a client. I'd been an old neighbor I'd been working with for 7 years on fighting her property tax every single year. She would need her CMA. I'd help her go through it. She'd protest the taxes. But that was the long-term relationship, because at some point she's going to sell and send me referrals and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyways, I called her. I said, hey, it's that time of year. Let's do your property tax evaluation. And she went, ooh. I went, what's that? And she said, I'm under contract on a new home. And I said, come again? And y'all, this was COVID. So this was a Highland home at 6% commission. She said, well, I didn't get your letter like I normally get. And with COVID, I was worried maybe something was going on in your family. My parents are in their 70s. She knows my parents. She goes, I just assumed maybe something was going on, and I didn't want to bug you if something was happening. I could have been mad. I wanted to be mad. If she could have seen me and we were in person, my face was bright red, and I was like, ah. Can't be mad at her. Got to look in the mirror. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. My customers owe me no loyalty. It's my responsibility to stay in front of them. It's your responsibility to stay in front of yours. So, not only did I lose the new build, but her home that she was selling was under contract. So, I didn't burn the bridge. I did not burn the bridge, because I tell everybody, don't burn bridges. You never know when you're going to have to cross them again. I wished her well. I gave her, some info and some tips, yada, yada, left it alone. Thankfully, a month later, she called me back. She said, my agent sucks. They can't sell the house. Will you list it for me? I said, absolutely, I will. So, didn't get the 6%, but I got that one. Thankfully, she referred me her best friend who went and bought a house also in Highland, also at 6%, and then I got their house in Alamo Ranch to sell. So I got 3 deals out of it, but I missed one of them, which was probably another, I don't know what that math is. I still don't want to calculate it because it still hurts. Anyways, that is a key. You do this consistently, they're going to look for it. They're going to call you when it hits them. You no longer calling them all the time. They start reaching out to you because they'll call you and say, oh my gosh, your girls are growing up. Oh my gosh, I love that you took that trip, yada, yada, yada. I have gone to listing appointments where I've seen this on fridges. I've seen it on their coffee tables. It takes you an hour a quarter to do. It's a limited cost. There's zero reason not to be doing this. I picked this up from the Core. If you don't know the Core, it's a big coaching organization that people pay $10,000 a month for. I just gave it to you for free, so you're welcome. Put that on your calendar. Get it done. It is not too late. But here's the thing. If it's not on your calendar, it's not going to happen. So you need to write this down right now or put it in your calendar because I need you guys to do it. And in fact, what I would encourage you to do if you want a little accountability with it is send me one. Just mail it here to my name. I'll put it in my file, and then I'll make sure every quarter I'm following up with you to where if I don't get it, I'm going to ping you and say, hey, dummy, where's your letter of the heart? You're missing out on a lot of money. Get it done. Get it done. Because I guarantee you, if you're one of these people that I sit down and do a consult with, first appointment, I'm going to do it. Second appointment, the ball's in your court, it's on you. But I will hit you with this and say you need to be doing this every quarter because, y'all, I'm living proof this thing works, it's cheap, and the return on investment is good. Y'all going to get it done? All right, let's do it. All right, here's a couple classes coming up real quick. Lone Wolf Transact. As you know, we are still making our transition. We have pushed it back. Yay! So it's happening November 1, but you need to start learning it now. It's still a little quirky, we know. Texas updated the forms and that kind of threw everything off, we know. But we are going to be making this transition and it's getting better and better as time goes on. We are learning it also and are seeing the improvements. As we find little bugs, we report them and they fix them. So here's some classes to learn it. Mountain or Molehill, I love that title, BPG Inspections on July 20th. KWH Land has a meeting coming up. And then our own Heather Pilkington, where are you, Heather? She is teaching a class on micro events, which is really a big portion of her business. It's her bread and butter. She's one of the few that I know that have mastered micro events, and she does a lot of them here. Very inexpensive with a huge ROI. I would really encourage you on July 28th to take her class. Mega Camp, who's registered for Mega Camp so far? I think we've got like 50 people registered. Fantastic. It is not too late to register if you would like. It's going to be here in San Antonio. Simon Sinek is going to be the keynote speaker. If you have a guest at another brokerage, just like at Family Reunion, my offer to you is if they are over $2 million in annual production, I will get them registered on us, and I will also register you on us as a thank you for that introduction. Just introduce them to Matthew or myself. We will do all the heavy lifting. They need to be over $2 million in annual production, but we will take care of that. But it is a phenomenal event to go to. You're going to have over 10,000 agents there from all across the country and sometimes other countries. So don't look at it as just an expense. Look at it as an investment. Maloof Group is phenomenal about going and leaving with referrals. Shayna Kuntz left Family Reunion with $1 million referral, and so have other people. So you're going to get educated, but you're also going to network. Ryan. Woo! See, there you go. Monique does one too. She does one with, what's the network called? BRN or B? Oh, at Prestige Motorsports. So if you guys want to go to those events, hit them. But if you want to host an event, I know Trent hosts one through the Rainbow Network as well. So again, there's huge referral opportunities, and they love coming to San Antonio. So I think we're going to have a great turnout. KW is also hosting a regional summit in October in Galveston at a beautiful resort. So if you want a vacation that you can write off, here's your opportunity, October 7th through 9th, and they've got some really great education happening there as well. All right, Dot Loop, like I said, that going away November 1st. If you need those QR codes for that class, again, I can go backwards in a minute, but that's happening November 1st. Melissa Andrade, you have come to me recently, and she is wanting to bring back Heritage Property Exchange to find out what's coming soon. Oh, okay. I wanted to figure out best way to do this. It can either be a standalone thing earlier before a team meeting. We can dedicate maybe 5 or 10 minutes within team meeting. So if you have an idea around that, come talk to me afterwards for the sake of time. But Melissa, do you want to tell us why you want to bring that back?
Because I feel like when we used to have it, I would go, it would be the same people every time. But when I was new, it taught me a lot about the market, pricing, all of that stuff. And I feel like we have a lot of new agents that could benefit from just sitting and seeing the problems that we have, right, as seasoned agents, and also just getting deals done, feedback on things. There's a few agents that I've talked to that, you know, we have buyer matches, and I found one just recently, and I didn't know it. This one's been on the market for a while, so like it's helpful in that way.
So it's an opportunity to talk about what listings you have coming up on the market, and hopefully maybe find a buyer before it hits and give your seller or your buyer that advantage. We used to host this for about 2 years or so, and then it kind of just dwindled down, so we sunset it. But if there's an urge to bring it back, we will certainly do so. I know I sold a couple deals out of there. Lisa Sin sold a couple deals out of there. So be on the lookout for more information on that soon. All right, well, let's welcome up Mr. Garrett Brandt, our awesome broker extraordinaire.
Good morning. Actually, good afternoon at this point. It's gotten past that hour. So one thing I want to talk to you about is handling the new water disclosure that is in all the new contracts. And a couple things, well, I'll get into this and we'll talk about a few issues that have come up on this. So one thing that I've done for you is create a worksheet. This is inside all of our forms database. Actually, Lone Wolf is working on getting it updated, but it's in the portal and it's in Dotloop for sure. One of the things that you have to understand is this is a contract provision. This is not a legal provision, so there's not a law that says certain people don't have to fill this out. It's a contract question, just like the sales price. We're going to fill in the sales price, not go, well, you know, maybe these people don't really, they're exempt from a sales price. No, so I created this worksheet for you for your sellers, and it's every seller needs to fill this out except for condos. We don't have groundwater and surface water in condos, thank goodness. Could you imagine a well in the middle of your living room in a condo? I'm just, come on. Are you guys asleep? All right, just checking, thank you. So completed by your sellers to determine, the good thing is, if your sellers go through this form and they answer everything as true, that means they won't have to fill out the obnoxious new seller's disclosure about groundwater and surface water rights form that is just a real bugger. So we're going to use this with all of our form contracts. So add it to your listing packet. We did update the Dotloop, I'm sorry, not the command checklist. So you'll see a spot for this to be in there. And that's just to remind you that this is going to be a helpful tool. Once your seller gets it done, you'll want to take that and upload it into the MLS to help the buyer's agent complete a good offer on your property. Because once it's in there, they should be able to see and go, oh, that corresponds to paragraph 7I3 in the 1 to 4, and I just check box 3 and we move on with life. So this is a really good tool to help you prepare your sellers and get the right information to the buyer's agent for completing an offer. Now on the buyer side, so this is the paragraph in the 1 to 4, and it has the 3 options here on it. So when you're representing a buyer, and maybe you're working, the listing is by a non-heritage agent, so they have no idea what they're doing. And they don't, maybe even call them to say, hey, what's going to be the seller's position? Do they have to complete a water disclosure form or not? And they'll probably say, what water disclosure form? Like, they don't even know these exist. A lot of people, right? So you're going to want to check the MLS. You're going to want to call on it. Now, if you know, just by looking at the property, maybe there's something in the description that says there's a well on the property. Maybe it's a property on a river or a lake, and you can kind of guess that maybe they're drawing water out. If these issues exist and it's obvious that there's going to be a water disclosure form coming, then I'm going to encourage you to check box 2 and give them time to complete it. Because again, they may not even be aware that that's going to have to be a thing. However, if it's obvious that it's going to be a non-disclosure situation because you're pretty sure everything's going to be not exempt, but true. There's not a well on the property. It's not on a lake or stream. So there's not going to be adjudicated water rights, and they get their water from SAWS or some other municipality or local source company. Then just check box 3. Assume that it's all going to be true, and the seller can go on with that form. It's up to the listing agent and their seller to vet all that, as we always should on that. But this is going to be a big issue. I keep pointing out that this is not law. That means there are no exemptions. I still get because it's new, I'm getting the call, hey, Garrett, my seller is an estate. Do they have to fill this out, or are they exempt? They're not exempt because there are no exemptions. Either this stuff exists on the property and the seller knows about it, or they don't know about it. Now, I guess it could be an estate where the seller's like, well, I just know nothing about it, and they could do the completely unaware. But I think you as a buyer's agent need to look over the whole situation, or you as a listing agent need to look over the whole situation and go, just because the seller's not aware, there's a freaking well in the backyard. Like, I know these things. So we want to coach, we want to be above board on these things and really be intelligent about this so that you're not left explaining later to your seller how you missed that they need to fill this stuff out. So I know I said a lot on this, and it's going to take some repetition for us to get this down. So any questions about this, about the worksheet that I proposed or that I put out there for y'all to help? Any questions, any concerns, anything? It is in the Agent Portal Live. It is in .loop. We have it sent to Lone Wolf. They're going to be adding it. It's in the queue to be added, is what Anna told me, or told us earlier today. Yes, legal and then documents in there. Is that searchable? So they could even just search it, say water form or something like worksheet, something like that, and it should be searchable in the portal. That's what's so great. The portal is very searchable and user-friendly. Anybody else? I know this is going to be a lot. The good thing is 90+% of your transactions, you're going to be able to check box 3, right? We know that because there are very few wells, there are very few water rights out there, but you have to be aware of it because buyer's agents at other companies are just submitting an offer there, and they're saying things like, in fact, we had one of the first interactions we had with the buyer's agent just checked box 2. When it was clearly a property that had none of those issues, and we said it should have been 3. And so in revising the offer, I told my listing agent, I said, tell the buyer's agent to check box 3. And the buyer's agent wrote back and said, well, I can't presume to know what the seller knows or doesn't know. And I had to explain, well, this is just an offer. You're presuming something by checking box 2 anyway. Right? You're making a statement that what you believe the seller may have to do. So you might as well, that's why we got to get ahead of this and learn how to fill this out correctly. And y'all are always the best educated, most well-informed agents out there, and this will be in all of your transactions moving forward, except for our wonderful condominium. So, other questions? All right, well, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to invite up Katie and Savannah. They're going to talk to you more, or maybe just Katie? Somebody said Savannah was coming up too. So we're going to talk about Tech Week, but I have a video to show you first.
We also have a major project we have been working on that's finally ready. We have launched a fully complete and ready to go email newsletter template that can be found inside of Command Smart Plan. This email newsletter requires absolutely zero editing from you and includes valuable information like buyer and seller tips and tricks, a seasonal recipe, and local community events. Go to the KWH portal to view our campus templates and search KW Heritage in Command Smart Plans to find our July email newsletter.
Well, I think Savannah said it best, but we are very, very excited to announce the launch of a couple of projects. Your tech team has been hard at work in the background. We always tell you guys, if there's something you want, let us know. Give us a little bit time, and we will execute it for you. So last year, we gave you guys newsletter templates, but you had to fill them out yourself. So this year, our big goal was to make it to where you guys do not have to touch that newsletter template at all. You can find this within Command by searching the Smart Plan library. You will be searching for the Smart Plan name, not author or description. You will search by Smart Plan name. When you type in KW Heritage, it will pull up all of the Smart Plans that we have created. This is going to be monthly. We're going to do this for you guys every single month. But this is the first one that we are launching. Yes, we are very, very excited. And like Savannah said, again, you guys do not have to touch it. It will have market stats. It has valuable information for your clients. And all you have to do is add whoever you would like to that Smart Plan, and it will go out for you. So that is going to be coming now on release date. That is pending RPR releasing the market stats for the previous month. Hopefully, based on what we've seen, we will get this out to you by around the 10th of the month every time. But again, it is fully dependent on when we get the market stats from RPR. This month, they gave it to us on the 7th, so we're going to be tracking that. Hopefully, I can give you guys a harder date, but we're saying around the 10th of every month. We will post on Facebook. We can send out an email as well as we'll probably include it in our Techie Thursday if we can, or Tech Talk on the Heritage Happenings as well. So again, hopefully I can nail down a very specific date for you guys, but as of right now, we're looking at around the 10th of every month. And then Savannah has also been hard at work getting you guys social media templates. These, again, do not require very much editing from you. All you have to do is slap your name on them. You can find those in the KWH portal. There is a button on the homepage that says Canva templates, or if you go to the marketing section, you can also find it there. So again, fully filled out social media graphics. We're releasing at least 1 to 2 a month that you guys can just grab, take. It has the captions, kind of has everything you need already wrapped into it. So that's one thing we've been working on for y'all. But we also took a very hard look at our feedback from you guys, as well as our analytics, the stats coming in from our appointments, as well as our Techie Tuesday YouTube channel, and we are doing a little bit of a revamp. We are going to do what's called Tech Week. So normally we would release Techie Tuesday every single Tuesday. We are changing that. We are now only going to release it once a month during Tech Week. This way, everything is related around one topic every single month, and you can get all the help you need. Right now, we've been breaking those videos into multiple parts, and that's not helpful. Instead, we're going to release one big video that'll have all the information you need on whatever that topic is. So that'll be released on Tuesday of Tech Week. Tech Week will always be the 4th week of the month, but also these are already planned out for the entire year. So if you go to our KWH calendar on the portal, you will be able to see the entire year's worth of topic. Following the Techie Tuesday that week, we will be hosting Techie Thursday, which will be an in-person class. This will not be offered over Zoom. You have to come in and see us so that we can give you the hands-on help that you actually need. So come in. Those will be Thursday mornings. This month, we are going to be starting with Google Business. So if you don't know how to create a Google Business page or how to use it or optimize it or use it at its highest level, please come into the class because that's what we're going to be talking about. And on Friday, one of the biggest things after my Techie Thursday classes I would hear is that's an amazing topic. I really wish I could have made it. So on Friday mornings, if you are unable to attend the Techie Thursday class, we will be doing open office hours. I believe we have booked out one of the second floor conference room. It'll be on the calendar as to where the location is, but that'll be open door. You come in and ask us anything you need to. Please try to keep it related to the topic of that month. So if you do not need a full Google Business class, you're just having issues with verification or other questions that you might have, you can pop into the office hours so you don't have to dedicate a whole hour and a half to that topic. Just pop in, ask us your questions, and get along your way. So that'll be every single month. Again, all of the topics for the rest of the year are already on the calendar. And then to touch on what Grant was talking about earlier with the open houses, just to remind you guys, Savannah and I are pros at AI. If you need help learning how to build those websites or how to build your letter of the heart through AI, please come meet with us. We can help you guys with that. But with creating that open house website, you're going to want to be able to back it by ads. So you can do this a couple different ways. One way, and typically the most common, is going to be through Meta. Meta is going to be Facebook and Instagram. You don't have to do them separately. You're running the same ad on both platforms, running them together. You can do this through command, or you can do this directly through Facebook. If you're interested in Google Ads, that is a whole nother beast. Please come meet with us, and we can try to help you through some Google Ads as well. But most commonly, you're going to be using this through Meta. So on command, something really cool as well that they just launched. We actually just found this out today. Now, if you have a listing photo, you just have a stagnant photo. I used to tell you, sorry, please make a flyer so that we can use that instead of a stagnant listing photo. Now they do have a tool built in that will turn one listing photo into the marketing tab on command. It's the one that looks like the little speaker phone, the megaphone. And then once you're there, you're going to click on paid ads. And then you'll be able to get to the paid ad dashboard. It's fairly intuitive. You can follow the steps. Or again, please come meet with us and we can help you through this process. Your other option is going to be directly through Facebook. If you don't use Command as your CRM, you don't have to worry about that. You can either still use it because you always have access to Command, or we can teach you how to run it directly through Facebook. If you have never run an ad directly through Facebook, please, please, please meet with us. There is major legal compliance stuff. I have seen agents get their Facebook pages shut down for not doing this correctly. So please, if you want to go directly through Facebook and you've never done it before, meet with us so we can guide you in the right direction. To get there, you'll click on your profile picture and you'll go into the Meta Business Suite. Because remember, we're running this on both Facebook and Instagram. And then once you're in the Meta Business Suite, there is going to be a tab for ads, and then you'll be able to hit Create New Ad. Again, they'll walk you through the steps, but please, for the legal reasons, come meet with us, ask us those questions. If you have further questions or need further assistance with this, we do have a full Techie Tuesday playlist on how to run your Facebook ads through Command. It'll walk you through everything you need to know, or you can meet with us one-on-one and we can set up a time. I know a lot of y'all are having to be home with your kids as it is still summertime. That is fine. We can meet with you over Zoom. So don't use I'm too busy or I can't make it into the office as an excuse to come see us. We can meet with you over Zoom. But other than that, that is all the announcements we have for now. Steve?
Steve, you have a question, my friend? The coming soon thing? I'll have an update on that one at the next meeting. But yeah, it's coming. Yep. All right. How awesome is our tech team? They are awesome. Really awesome. Yes, if you're using the ads and you're doing community open houses and you have some success, let me know about it. What were you saying, Michael? This one? There you go. All right, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I got my dirty soda, so go see Faith. They are very good. I was asking her some questions back there while I was back there. I asked her, because she told me a stat a while back I found very interesting. Across her price points, her average days on market to contract on her listings that she has staged, 27 days. It's a good reason to use a Premier Partner. And I also asked her, I said, what's the average spend on staging right now? She looked it up and looked at the actual stat within her app. The average spend right now on a listing is $3,200. And then I asked her, I said, what are you seeing right now? Is the agent paying it or the seller? She said 85% of the time, the seller pays it. Guys, why aren't we staging? Go see Faith. She'll help walk you through it. That's awesome. All right, there's the summit. Couple quick June stats. We're rounding home base. Here is our volume for June. We closed 651 units, 263 million in volume. Average closed price for Heritage was 404. So way to go, you guys. That is phenomenal. Once again, we were #1 in the region for Texas, so kudos to you all. You all are still kicking butt and making it happen. A couple San Antonio housing stats there for you. Those are available in the portal as well if you want any of that for your social media. But you can see listing count is up. Closed sales were up, so that's really good. Inventory is up slightly, and so is days on market. So we need to be doing all of our homework on the front end to prep our listings, to market our listings, price them correctly. So again, good reason to talk to our Premier partners. Next up, let's got Premier Partners, and then we're going to close it out with 210 Homes if 210 wants to come up and get ready. But let's see who our Premier Partner winners are for the month of June and July. All right, starting with 250. Let's see who we got. Andrew Stump using Gold Financial Services. Andrew's not here. He did not call me about low water crossing today, so I'm going to keep going. I know who my low water crossing are that live in the hill country, so I don't want booze. Susan Luger. Woo! Come see us in the lobby afterwards. I've got $250 cash for you, my friend. Congratulations. All right, for 500, SB, are you here? There she is. Woohoo! Using America's Preferred Home Warranty. Congratulations, my friend. Come see us in the lobby right afterwards so we can get a photo and get you with the big check. And then $750 is going to, it is Carol, and she is our low water crossing person. So she's got $750. If you know Carol, she lives way out in Bernie. She sent me the video of the raging water on her street today. So she was one of my excused ones. So congratulations to her for Pillar to Post. All right. Real quick, I want to remind people, Cliff had told me when I was in the back that land meeting that's coming up, our rep from land.com is going to be here. So if you have interest in the land.com listings for your land listings, that's a good meeting to come to. What date is that on again? Friday the 24th. Okay, very good. All right, guys, we're going to welcome up 210 Homes, and then we are going to let you out of here. So welcome up 210, please.
Thank you for having us today. My name is Josh Gutierrez. I'm with 210 Communities. I have Carissa Paez back there. She's also a sales rep here. So we're very happy to be here with everyone this morning, or this afternoon now. One of the things that we can always say or count on is change, right? It's consistency is important, but change is always consistent, right? Like in our market especially. I mean, we just learned technology. That changes a lot. But we shouldn't always be offering the same product as well. There should be change in our product, and we're here to offer a change in that aspect. I want to introduce you to 210 Communities. Can I get a show of hands of how many people have heard of 210 Communities? Hopefully all y'all, because they've been out here before. Well, I mean, our marketing dollars are probably not working. I'm just kidding. But, you know, 210 Communities is the logo with 2 roofs on it, right? Duplexes. We offer brand new duplexes in our Central Texas region or market, right? I'm talking all the way from far west San Antonio, like 211 Potranco area, all the way up to Buda, right? What's happening is there's a lot of change in the family dynamic right now in real estate, right? The boomers are coming into that stage where like, I gotta take care of mom and dad. And we're seeing a lot of people cohabitate. They don't want mom and dad in the same house, but they want a separate space for them too, a nice space. And the duplex is fitting that need in our real estate market. One of the cool things about 210 is they're a privately owned builder. We've been doing it since 2018, and it's all, again, in the Central Texas corridor. The reason a lot of homeowners and investors like us is because we have modern floor plans. We're turnkey investment property, and you can build wealth through real estate, right? Because it's one closing, you get 2 doors, and you can rent each side or you can house hack. How many of y'all have heard of the house hack? That's a very popular term right now, right? Most of the times, first-time home buyers don't know that they can be an investor. How many of you have heard a renter or a first-time home buyer say, hey, I want to be an investor, right? Like, I want to do this. Well, it's an option. For an FHA buyer, 5% down. For a VA buyer, 0% down. And through our programs that we have, and we're outside lender friendly, right? You can bring your pre-approved buyer with your lender, and we'll give anywhere from $30,000 to $35,000 in credits to buy down the rate and to cover their closing costs. So imagine this, right? This is really cool. I like sharing this. I've had VA buyers buy a duplex anywhere between $450 to $600K with no money at closing, and sometimes get a check back. And now what? They're a homeowner and they're an investor at the same time, building wealth for their family. How many of y'all know a VA buyer right now in your pipeline? How about a first-time home buyer? Guys, it's possible. And my hope and my goal is at the end of this presentation is that you look at your pipeline and your client database as someone who could potentially be an investor, right? Now you're looking at it differently. It's not always single-family homes. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of those, right? I mean, there's so much single-family home inventory, but imagine offering a duplex as an option. We do offer 1 to 10 home warranties, right? First year, bumper to bumper, you know it. Second year, mechanical, plumbing, electrical, and then the 10-year structural, okay? Just like any typical builder, that's what we offer. We do have, can we go to the next slide? Again, the locations, this is part of our secret sauce, okay? We're selecting locations very methodically and very carefully because we want you to have the peace of mind that your property is going to get rented, right? A lot of the times when we as realtors sell a duplex to someone or an investment property, as soon as you close, what are you thinking about? I need to get a head in that bed. I need to get a renter, right? That's a very stressful situation. Well, the cool thing about 210 duplexes is that most of the times we have either one, or if you ask, both sides already rented at closing. Think about that. You're gonna look like a hero, right? When you get to the closing table and you say, hey, you're gonna get a check or you're gonna get your mortgage offset already at closing. The reason is because we're in these corridors. So here's a little interesting stat that you can put in your little pocket, right? 78253 zip, Zillow just reported that it's the #3 fastest growing zip code in the nation. 78253, that's far west San Antonio, okay? And I think #6 is Kyle Buda. If you look at the map, that's where we're at. Why? I call 151, Highway 151, who knows Highway 151, right? I call that financial row, honestly, because you do have Wells Fargo's headquarters, you have the new VA hospitals, all those hospitals that are popping up, you have Frost, right? Like all those dynamics of like white-collared workers, and guess what? You have Lackland around the corner. So you have service members, white-collared workers, pumping in renters into that general area. Same thing on the northeast, right? Who do you have? Randolph. And then you have the blue-collar dynamic, right? Off of I-10 and Foster. Does anyone know that, okay, Tesla has a massive warehouse off Foster Road, if you don't know that, and it has a bunch of parts in it. They're the biggest leaser of warehouse space in San Antonio, and they're in that corridor. And that's why we're building in those areas. So that way you can have always a renter, always someone interested in those properties, and it creates appreciation. Any questions about house hacking? Great question. Okay. So market rent can range anywhere depending on the community. For example, we have a community in St. Hedwig. It's called Abbott Run. And each side right now will rent consistently at $14.50 to $14.95 per door. Okay? The price point there right now, my lowest one is priced at $445K if you look at your inventory sheet, okay? The days on market is anywhere from 14 to 21 days to find you a renter. And most of the time, I already have both sides leased. As a matter of fact, the top 2 Abbott Run duplexes on that list have both sides already rented at that rental rate. And that helps for your DSCR loan because underwriting is going to see, okay, I already have leases on this bad boy. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. We try to make it easy so you look like a superstar, honestly, because what do we thrive off of as realtors? Referrals, right? If you can get it done on that deal, they're going to get addicted to it. They're like, man, this was easy. You know what? I want to buy another one. Hey, my cousin wants to buy one now, right? And that's kind of the formula that we're trying to build, the partnership that we're trying to build with each and every one of you guys here in this room. Okay, moving on. So I'm going to share a little bit something about the incentives. And you have a flyer there. Market rates right now on investment property is atrocious. It's gross, right? It's very high. But with 210 Communities, we do offer rates to our investors. Listen to this, to investors at 3.5%, 3.75% on a 10-year fixed ARM. That's what makes the numbers work right now, okay? For VA buyers, remember, we're outside lender friendly. For VA buyers, we do cover all closing costs and we can give a 4.5% rate, even up to a 4.875, depending on what's going on in the market. FHA, 4.875, all closing costs covered. We make it simple so you don't have to fight through all that mess. Guys, that's really all I've got right now. This is our team. Each and every one of these guys is eager to help you, to help partner, to help close a deal. We're not here to compete against you guys. We're here to help you guys. I challenge everyone to look at your database, look at your client. Most of the times a duplex buyer doesn't know they're a duplex buyer until you educate them and say, hey, there's an option, right? So look at your database and check, man, you know what? You could benefit from this product. And we'd love to partner and talk to you guys and see if we can work something out. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. All right, guys, we love you. Go sell lots of real estate. If you need anything, give us a shout. Go out there, be successful. Have a great day.